Hello. Let's create the program that we should be doing. So already I've started with creating a public class, and the class name is a questionnaire. The public static void main string argument and the system out print line. Let me just briefly explain these. So these three keywords, the void, static, main, public, are just keywords. you know Public is just as an access specifier. The void is just the return type, and the public represent an access modifier which specifies from where and who can access its method. So we've got the string, which is a string argument, is an argument to the main method, and the values to the string array can be passed while we run Java main class using commands. So I just want the first step in terms of how to save this file format using Java .java file. So we'll go to file, you'll click file, go to save, then you go to your desktop. So already I've created a Java project. So you go to your Java project that you've created, click onto it. So we'll name it questionnaire, similar to our public class. So it's going to be a questionnaire.java, questionnaire.java. Then we'll save it as a normal text file. Once we save it, that's it. Then we go to we need to go to so we need to go to our file that we've created, Java projects. That's within our desktop. So go to Java project, there's it, questionnaire. We've created it, it's in a Java format. So within this location of the file that you have saved, just go to the drop down menu, click onto the drop down menu, just type cmd, press enter, and automatically it will go to the directory of this file. So I will repeat once again, in order for you to go to or to find yourself within the cmd command prompt on the file that you have saved, the Java file format, you go to the drop down menu, just click on it, just type in cmd, press enter, and it will locate you to the file within the directory of files that are stored within. So now let's compile the file that we have. So we need to convert it into a bytecode, so that in order for us to run our program. So for us to convert that, we need to use a Java command, which is javac, the name of the file, which is questionnaire .java, and press enter, and we have managed. Automatically, when you do that, a bytecode is being created within that. So if you can see, a bytecode has been created, and once we are done with that, we need to execute it. So let's execute. In order for us to execute, you need to put in or type in the command name java with the name of the bytecode that we have. In this instance, we won't say .java or .class. We will only use a questionnaire. So it's questionnaire, and we press enter, and that's it. Enter your question. This is what we have created. If you can just go back to our Notepad++, our text editor, this is the print down line question that we have created. We have only created this this only printer to enter your question. So we have done with phase one, or step one of creating, of how to save and executing or running or compiling your bytecode. So I just want to, explain two things. We've got in Java, we've got variables. We've got what we call variables. It comes in a form of two types of it. It's a primitive data types which consist of numbers or single characters, and we also have a reference data type. So with primitive data type, it comes in the form of numbers of single character. For instance, we can name any of the characters. So for instance, we'll have the first character, which is number, We can name this number. So you can actually note that the primitive data type, it's not similar to a reference data type. A reference data type comes with characters, long characters. With primitive data types, it comes with different types of primitive data types. We've got the long, the float, which is, it falls for, or rather relates to your decimal numbers, integers, your integers, numbers that can be vary from certain number up until to a certain number. So you can find that we've got a numerous data types, like your float, your true or false, those kind of primitive data types. We have covered this section on our previous course, L level 4, in terms of types of primitive data types. And for the reference data type, we've got characters. We name them as string. For example, string, will name it brand for argument's sake. And you can just from this we can from this example, we can type in anything that we would like. It's not similar to your what's this, your primitive data types. In this instance, we can type in characters which is are long, but they have a certain number that we can reach, so these are just two data types that we need to adhere to: your primitive data type and your reference data type. So let's continue with the program itself that we have in place. I just wanted to explain these two. So in our program, we are required to create a questionnaire, and in this questionnaire we'll import two uh, 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 we'll import two conditions that we have. In this instance, we've got a scanner and a random. So a scanner, it's just a class in Java API used to create a scanner object, and in this instance, it's in a form of a library or packages. So we're going to import. It's more of importing the statement to say we want to provide a scanner. So a scanner, its purpose is to provide characters that comes with alphanumeric, alphanumeric, which consists of letters or characters, primitive and reference type. So we will start by coding the scanner. One, new. Inside this, it's just to say it should import from this import, this in represent import. So this is just an import command, scan dot next. We can copy this, copy this, we can copy this and make it much more easier. Control V and change it to close. That's it. So let's import our class. So import from java.util scanner, and voila. Let's also include the random. We'll name it rand new int r rand next int name it. That's it. And we control S for saving, and voila. Let's import it also. Import java dot util dot and that's it. Control S. Okay, so now let's go to our command prompt and compile our bytecode. So we've compiled it now. Java questionnaire. You need to enter question. Do you love me? Perfect. So it does what it requires within its purpose. So let's move on to the final stage, which is the fourth stage, by creating condition statements. So let's start by creating condition statements. Okay, so if I've got 1 2, if r is equals to 0, this is 0, 1 2. What we will do in this instance, okay, I just want to show you something. If let's say for instance we want to have a responsive when we type in our question, what we can do, dot print ln is there a question? No. Let's say for instance we want to have a responsive feedback instead of having a random. For now, what we can do, we can just control S, control. What you can do, we've done that. Let's compile our source code, and when we enter our question, do you love me, and you'll have a responsive answer to it. It will give us no, even if we can change our question to say, have you won lotto, it'll give you no. The answer would no. So we don't want us to have a similar type of approach. What we would like to have within this instance, to have a random selection answers to it, where we can the system itself can choose any random answers that we came about with. So what we'll do in this instance, okay, what do we'll do if r is equals to 0, what it needs to do is to have this and that, and enter. What we'll do, copy this, cut it out, paste it inside here, and else if copy, Control V, else if change it to 1, change it to 1, change it to 1, and we'll copy paste that, else if Control V, change it to 2, much more easier, paste, also else if Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V, copy, pasting, so it's 1, 2, 3, have also change it to 4, Control V, change it to 4, and also copy, Control V, and that's it. So let's change our have variety on our answers. After 10 days, sort of maybe, but maybe, and the first one is no, maybe, sort of, after 10 days, and never. So we are done with our condition statement, and this is our last stage. Let's control and save it. Let's go to our command prompt. Let's compile our file because we've made changes on our Notepad++. Enter. And now let's start with our questionnaire. Let's enter our question. Do you love me? Do you love me? Enter question, sort of. And the next question would be, can I take you out? Can I take you out after 10 days? So we've got a responding person that we are communicating with. So let's continue with our questionnaire, and which is after 10 days, can I take you to Dubai? Enter, sort of. So at least the answers that are responsive are positive to it. Let's do it for the last time. Enter question. When will you be free? Enter, maybe. So we've got at least something that we can work with. So this is how you create the program. So far we've managed to create your first program. It's a questionnaire program, and we are done. And I hope this will assist you, and you'll be able to understand what you need to do. So thank you.